How you doing? How you doing? The new classified assignment just dropped, McMillan Reservoir Assault. And today I'm giving you the full guide specifically to the puzzles and collectibles. Real quick, you do need to have purchased the classified assignment either individually or through this season bundle to access this. I know that dude in the back is about to say, YouTubers always ruin this. I get it. That's why I'm only covering the puzzles and collectible locations. I'm not spoiling any of the lore or the fights, just the parts that can actually get people stuck. And not everybody has an hour to figure out a single puzzle. If this isn't for you, please don't watch this video. It's that easy. This is the full guide to the puzzles and collectibles only. There are 6 collectibles, a new named SMG called Old Glory, and a backpack trophy waiting for you. Lock and load. Let's do this.
I'm the last man in the dark zone. Bag full of junk, call it backbone.
Wait. Piece of shit wristwatch.
Bandidos, what up? It's your boy, Tux, with The Division 2. We're going to be covering the new classified assignment, McMillan Reservoir Assault map. Now, I'm not going to play this whole thing from the beginning to the end. We're just going to focus on the puzzles and the collectibles. We do get 2 of these classified assignments every season. This is the second one of this season. It's a story in parts, and we're getting clues to unravel the big mystery. As far as the reward system, there seems to be a pattern going on. Each of these are dropping a named item, usually a weapon, a backpack trophy, and finally, a bunch of collectibles in the form of comms. So I'm going to walk you through all of the puzzles, all 6 collectible communications, as well as 2 major puzzles, one that's part of the mission and another that unlocks the backpack trophy. To help you through this, I created this map. This is a bird's eye view of what's going on. Also, you can download this map. I will have links down below. So we're going to start down in the bottom left, and they actually kick off this mission with a mini little puzzle. It's not super hard, but to save time, I'm just going to walk you through it. Just follow this path. Your objective is to get to this terminal that opens the gate. Now, once you get to the other side of this gate, you're going to see that the water is electrified. And yes, you do touch it, you do get shocked, and it really slows you down, but it doesn't actually damage you. There's that. So what we need to do is disable this water, and we're going to go after Palm 1, which is in this silo off the map here. So just follow this path and then get on top of this truck, engage with this generator, which is going to turn off the electricity for this sector. Just go through this gate, and then there's a silo. Inside of that, there's a True Sons lockbox, as well as your first communication. Okay, next, you're going to head back into the main silo area. And in there, in the second silo, you're going to see that there's a comm as well as a backpack trophy waiting for you. Except you can't get to this until the very end. You have to complete the entire mission in order to unlock this silo. So there's a Jenny up here. So just kind of make your way through this area. There'll be some fights and story and stuff like that. So let's move on. In the next phase of the battle, you're going to be working your way through this catwalk. So clear out all the enemies and make your way to this water tower. Now, the water tower's got a couple of things going on here. 1, there's a mini puzzle, and 2, you need to use it to access Comm 2. Shoot the rope to be able to use it, go up to the water tower, and then kind of look back down to where you just were. There's a door over there. Now, if you shoot the lock off that door, you can now access that area and claim your second collectible. Okay, now go back to the water tower and make your way to this computer. Up there on the water tower are 2 electrical panels that you need to shoot, but you have to reveal them to shoot them. So the computer is going to reveal 1. Go ahead and shoot them. You don't have to do this in any particular order. And then make your way down these stairs, and there's a little electrical panel. Engage with that. That'll reveal the second one, and then shoot that one. Now just continue on. There's going to be a little fight scene here. There will be a turret. There's one of those generators you have to shoot to disable the turret. So just finish this fight. But before you go to the pump house, just make your way to the security gate. Just past where that generator and turret were. Go upstairs on the catwalk, and in the guard shack, there will be your third collectible. So grab that. Now head back to the pump house, which will be just behind you. The pump house is where we will engage the first and sort of main mission puzzle. So when you enter, just kind of head to the left. There'll be a key box. You need that key in order to do this. From there, go upstairs. So what that key did was give you access to room number 1. So we got a series of things going on here that are all related. So this is room number 1, and it contains a water pressure reset and a water pressure valve where you can increase the water. So the reset decreases it all the way back to 30, which is base. And then the valve only increases the water pressure, and you can crank it 2 times. The first crank will take it to 150 if it's starting from 0. The second crank will push you to 300. So each crank is worth 150. So notice the pipes are colored, and that's going to help you out here too. But in this section, the pipes are also labeled 1, 2, and 3. So here's room 2, and basically we got the same thing in here. This is a gray or white pipe. And then room 3 is behind this door, and it's locked, so we need to gain access to it. But as you can see, that is an orangey yellow pipe. And then there's an electrical panel we got to shoot to get in here. So let's take care of that. Let's open the room, and then we'll work through the puzzle. So just find an angle, shoot that. And then as you can see, there's a ladder in there. So that door that we looked through earlier doesn't actually open from the outside. We got to go back downstairs in this room, climb up this ladder, and now we're in pump room 3. So same configuration. You got your reset, and you got your cranks, and this one's at 150 water pressure. Now let's shoot this door and go back out to the main terminal. Our objective is to get the terminal water pressures to match the pump room water pressures. So basically each one of these pipes has a water pressure meter on each end. So it's the terminal here that you have to match, and it's the valves that you use to do that. So you need to basically just remember the readings. So we got 1, 2, and 3 labeled, and the red lights mean that they're not matching. So the red pump is at 30, which is basically reset. The blue pipe is at null 30, which is basically reset. And the white pipe is at 300, which is 2 cranks from scratch. So let's work through each one of these. So let's start with pump 2. We need to get this one all the way up to 300. So we're gonna crank it twice because it's at null. And there we go. Now, if we go back to the terminal, we should see a green light, and we do. So now let's go to 1. We need to get it to 30 or reset, and it's at 300. So we need just to hit this reset button, and that should do it. Let's go check. And it's green. Perfect. Now the red one, same thing. Basically get it to 30. So let's go into pump room 3. It's at 150. So we need to hit the reset. There we go. And that's everything. So we should see 3 green lights. When all 3 lights are green, you can now pull this lever, and that will engage a fight. Okay, I'm skipping the fight. So I'm showing this next phase from downstairs, but we're still in the pump house. Just go halfway up the stairs here. You'll see this kind of broken up wall, and in there's a collectible. So you just need to shoot that electrical panel. Cool. Now don't go back downstairs because there's a door down there into that room. You have to unlock it from the inside. So just go back upstairs into pump room 1. Now this gate is open, and that's what that electrical panel did. So we're gonna go down the ladder and claim our goodies. Now you can go back out the main door or let in your homies, whatever you gotta do. The mission is just gonna progress you into this underground area. The area is called Clean Water Storage. And in there are 2 collectibles. While you're in there, just kind of get a lay of the land because you are going to come back down here for the final puzzle to do something. So it's not a big deal. But I'm not showing a lot here because the puzzles in this stage are pretty straightforward. So there's a bunch of valves you're going to interact with. It's relatively intuitive. So this little path takes you to the final valve. Some enemies come out of it. That's how you know about this room. And you have to shoot the lock on the other side to let yourself in. So we'll go ahead and do that. There's nothing to grab here. You're just going to make your way through. So yeah, not much of a puzzle because the mission kind of guides you at this stage. So we're just going to go through here. There'll be one more valve you need to interact with, but I'm not going to show that back here. Now the water's draining. Once it's drained, we can go down, and all we need to do is go up on the center platform. Now there's some enemies and there's some fights. I'm just kind of glazing over that real quick. And the center column is pretty obvious because there's an echo up there and it's making a lot of noise. So you'll find it pretty easily. So engage with the echo, engage with the body, listen to the story. And then this is where the next collectible is. And I guess you can miss this part. So just be sure to drop down where the body is, and there's a collectible here. After that, there'll be a bunch of diamonds telling you you need to place explosives, and you're gonna be blowing up the water pipes. And the mission will guide you to an exit for what will be the final fight, and where you'll eventually encounter the boss, which is at the 2 silos where we started at, the one with the backpack trophy. So just fight the waves. I actually like this little area here in the back because you got a clean sight on the boss when he spawns. So once you defeat the boss, you're going to have a guaranteed drop of the Old Glory SMG. And this is a very good SMG. And I'm gonna make a whole separate video about it because you're gonna need to know if you don't. Okay, next is the silo puzzle, and this one took forever the first time for us to figure out what we needed to do. So we're gonna start here. We need to get in here, and that's gonna be a backpack trophy and your final collectible. So looking back at the map, we just need to make our way to the pump house again. So that's the one that had the water pressure valves that we interacted with. So we'll just go ahead and jog there. I will show you the path that I'm taking just to clear up any confusion. So this is the security gate. That was the generator. That was the turret we disabled. Go back through the gate, and that's the pump house directly in front of us. But we're not gonna go inside the pump house. Instead, we're gonna hang a left, and there are more pump terminals and valves here. So this is just like before, but there are some extra steps. So just memorize the readings. Again, your options are 30, which is reset or null, 150, which is 1 crank from 0, or 300, which is 2 cranks from reset. And just like before, the pipes are color coded. So just go find the corresponding end of those pipes. Now, this can be confusing and was hard at first. That's why I've made the map to hopefully clarify it. So I've drawn lines from the terminal to the respective valve. So the yellow pipe is marked up here near the water tower. The green valve is marked down here. That's the hardest one. And then there's the blue valve, which is near the security gate. Finally, the white line points back at the silo, letting you know that this unlocks that gate. So let's do this in an order that makes sense. If you follow this route, you'll end up back at the terminal so that you can unlock the silo. Okay, so first we're gonna head to the blue valve. Pretty straightforward. Just follow this path. You'll see the blue pipes along the way. Those are definitely clues. So we're gonna drop down here into that little mini pump house or boat house, whatever you wanna call it. So there's a blue pipe. You need to unlock the doors. You're gonna do that. Just like before, now that we're in, we just need to match the reading here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now we're taking our second pull, which will push us to 300. Good. Now we need to go to the yellow valve, and it's near the water tower. This one has some additional steps. So just sprint your way here. Now, just a heads up, you can't do this while the mission is active. You can only do this after the mission because the gate that we need to go through will be locked during the mission. So make your way back up here, and we're gonna head down those little stairs again. So we went down here earlier, but now this gate is unlocked. You don't have to do anything, it'll just be unlocked. But earlier it was locked. So there's a weapon crate there, but we need the fuse. We're gonna take that fuse and just head over this area. And then just jump down below or go down the stairs. All right, now here is the valve. So now we need to activate this fuse so that we get some power to it. Cool, so we're at 0 here. So let's do what we gotta do. Okay, so now we need to do the green valve. So follow my path here. We're back at the pump house. Go down this ladder, and you're gonna need to go back down to the clean water storage area. Now, this was the same way you went earlier, but there's the green pipe right there, right? So it's running into the wall. So that's how we knew it was down here, but it's very well hidden. So follow my path here. So this is intuitive, but what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you where we're trying to go. So we need to make our way to that yellow tarp. So the best way to do it is just to get to the ground level here, however you can. So this isn't going to do it here at the end. Won't let you jump. You got to get to a lower place. So jump down here. And we got one more jump down. Now we're at ground level. Now we need to go back up, but to the other side, basically the opposite side of the pump house. Go all the way up. So look for these red letters if you get confused, the words. But here's the tarp, and then there's a wall there, right? So the way you get behind it is to blow it up. Here you go. And that was very hard to find. Somebody on my chat during the stream found it for me. So here we go. We need to interact with this final one. And we reset it to 30, null, 0, and we're going to increase it back to 150. All right, now we're good to go. Now you just want to go back the same way you came in at this stage, because you need to go back to the pump house, and there's an entrance and there's an exit. So you're basically going back to the entrance. So just try to remember the way you came in. It is a little confusing down here. No biggie though. If you go out the wrong exit entrance, then, you know, you just have a little bit more of a jog. Okay, so we're back at the pump house. We need to check that all lights are green, which they are. So we're good to go. So now we can interact with this switch over here. Pull that, and this will provide a key. So don't leave yet. All right, that key will get us into the silo. So we're gonna grab this, and now all we need to do is head towards the entrance area and get into the silo. Now we can take our final collectible and finally get our backpack trophy, which is really cool. It's a Bigfoot, and that's it. You should be all done. You should have a total of 6 collectibles and 1 backpack trophy, as well as that SMG. This was a really well-designed mission. I really enjoyed it. The layout was nice. The fights weren't too tough. I think it's more about the story that's going on here and how it connects to the previous classified assignments for this year. Hopefully this helped. Let me know what you think about this mission. Did you like it? Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. If this one landed right, do me a favor and drop a like and subscribe. Totally helps. And if you want to catch the next one when it drops, just flip on notifications. Big thanks to all the channel members and everyone supporting the channel. You guys are the reason this community keeps growing stronger every day. I'm so proud. Oh, yeah, if you're digging the music and want access to those really cool gamer music playlists and weekly beat packs, Tux's Players Club is always open. Just hit join or check the link in the description. No pressure though. I seriously appreciate you being here either way. If you're not ready to join but still want to check out the music, I've got a public playlist you can listen to right now. Links in the description. Catch you in the next one. Later.